What's going on, everybody? Your boy Blake, Money Blake Weather, host with the most, mouth of the South. How's everybody doing? Hello, everybody. We want to give a quick shout out again. All of our sponsors, you can find them right below. Gear Athletics, GetGearWorldwide.com, NOP Media, anything right below me. You see them right there. NOP Media, check them out. They did our logo. They do graphics. You need any of that. You're a fighter. You're a musician. You're throwing a bar mitzvah for your kid. Just get you a graphic. Go to NOP Media. Austin Kickboxing Academy, of course, best place to train if you're out here in Austin, Texas. Come out, take a look. Zen Soap, best natural soap I use. It's the only thing I let touch my body. Turned my grandma onto it. She's been alive 73 years, so it's the best soap. If she's saying that, she's Mexican. She's not going to lie to me. So she's telling the truth. And, yeah. Love every single one of our sponsors. Today, we got an awesome guest. Of course, we've been having a lot of the Titan FC guys. I'm a huge fan of Titan FC. Of course, my boy, reigning flyweight champion over there, Jose Shorty Torres. And this guy, on the level with Jose Shorty Torres, as far as amateur records are amateur experience is concerned. These motherfuckers went and go and served the U.S. in the amateur scene. And just an awesome guy to have. Happy to see him make his debut this Saturday at Titan FC 43. We got Will Starks. Will, what's up, my man?
Not much, man.
Yeah, buddy, man. Debut fight, man. How you feeling? How the bubble guts? How's the little butterflies in your tummy? How's everything feeling with you, man?
No, everything's feeling really good. I don't know if many people know I've been kind of on the down low, social media wise and everything, but I recently, 2 months ago, made a move down here to North Texas, DFW area, from Columbia, Missouri. So, it's been a grind, kind of getting settled, with the move, and I had to fight from December 2nd and moved here this card in January. But it's been great, man. Training camp has been thorough. It's been pretty comprehensive. Been humbled. I've been tried, and I'm feeling really good for this coming Saturday bout.
Oh, so you're in my kind of my neck of the woods, man. I'm in Austin. So I'm like 4 hours south of you. Yeah, man.
We can kick it then.
Next time you're a kid, man, I didn't even know you were here for training and everything like that, my man. But yeah, man, how is it? How is it down here? Talk to me. I mean, what's it been like getting ready for your first professional fight? I don't know, man, just the experience of it. I think nobody knows what it's like to have, well, a lot of people don't know what it's like to have a fight, let alone have an outstanding, amateur background and then, come into a top organization like Titan, man. How's everything been for you?
Man, it's been, it's honestly been everything that I expected it to be, especially with the move. Like I said, Columbia, Missouri, my team, and the city itself treated me really well. I was just ready for a move in general, kind of as a person. Just so happened that my fiance, had also already, she graduated from Mizzou, so we were kind of ready to take a step out, be adults and
Right.
big boy, big girl life by ourselves. So we found a place down here in Plano. She landed a great job. Landed a really good job here at Next Gen Fitness, and it's been really awesome. I've had to travel. I have about an hour commute to practice with War Room MMA and Kickboxing. New head coach Stephen Wright and Charles Blanchard just recently moved down. So I've had some stellar kickboxing coaches. Another coach with good MMA experience, wrestling, and there's just a lot of MMA that I don't think is well known out here in Texas yet. I think it's just starting to make its boom. You're seeing some of these local guys out here in Texas, making their debuts in the UFC with bigger organizations. But there's some really high level martial arts out here. So getting to cross train around this area with the training partners I have has been really beneficial as well.
Yeah, man, at least from the scene that I know of here, it seems to be like Texas, like I don't know if it's like every state has their thing. Like it seems like down here in Texas, people have really gravitated to the jiu-jitsu scene. So you get a lot of outstanding guys. And again, you train, what I'm saying? I only see the guys here in Austin and then interview, but it just seems like the jiu-jitsu and the grappling is a major focus, at least down here in Texas. Like, not to say their striking's not on par, but it just seems like the overall focus or the bigger, thicker community backing MMA as a large jiu-jitsu and grappling, kind of community competition, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. I get to cross train some gyms here close in Plano where I live, and some good jiu-jitsu gyms. A
Yeah.
lot of nogi jiu-jitsu guys who have like college wrestling backgrounds. A lot of my partners are high-level judokas, and we've got some guys from OSU who've come down south and become fighters. A lot of really good wrestlers, and but my head coach Stephen Wright, he's from the opposite end of the spectrum. He grew up in the kickboxing community. He was a war man. So he was really big on striking and kickboxing, and found his passion with MMA, connecting with some of the guys in the community. So he's kind of made this blend. Making high level grapplers and wrestlers, and incorporating the striking, and making a comprehensive mixed martial arts game now. So I feel like I kind of stumbled onto the best of both worlds where I'm at.
Right, man, I think that would be key for somebody like you. I mean, your amateur experience is quite astounding. Like, there's not a whole bunch of fighters that even. It's not like boxing. It's not like where you're 6 years old and you come up and you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that a lot in MMA, man. Like, or even wrestling. It's like that in wrestling. It's not like that here, man. Like, in MMA world, it seems like with you and Jose Shorty Torres and Carlos Hernandez, like, you guys all got, like, I think a great foundation to build a great career, which is why I think one of the reasons, of course, Jose, he's so young, but he's doing so well at a higher echelon level. It's not UFC, but it's the cusp of where they're looking for fighters at. You know what I mean? Does that that wasn't even my original question. I'm just getting off on tangents and shit. But does it kind of give you hope that, like, this is great to have all this amateur experience, and I mean, what does it feel like seeing somebody like him, somebody y'all are on the American team together, right? So, I mean, where in your mind does a pieces kind of mesh?
Yeah, I was gonna kind of touch on this. Hopefully, it would be like a post-fight interview and stuff like that. But I think you're gonna see something pretty astounding on this Titan card with Carlos, myself, and then Shorty headlining it. One thing that I've noticed, in general with MMA is, there are guys that take 4, 5, 6 amateur fights, and then it's time to go pro.
Right.
And I don't blame that frame of mind. I mean, it's a dangerous sport. With cuts and ankle, twisting, submissions. Put your career kind of at danger. So you got to make money. But I think with now with the boom of IMMAF kind of sanctioning MMA in all these countries and regulating it with rules, prohibiting elbows and knees to the face and twisting ankle locks. It makes this, and then grappling shin guards now. This year they also have rash guards. It provides an avenue for younger athletes to compete for a longer time prior to just turning pro. So now there's not pressure to be like, oh, I have to start making money. I got to get my career started now. Otherwise, my face is going to be full of scar tissue, or my joints are going to, be blown to tar.
Right. Yeah.
So we, a lot of these guys that I see that are pro, with this, in this debut, in this debut kind of area, the 0-0, up to like 5-0 or so, they're not to discredit what they're presenting, on these cards, but I've seen that level of competition before. The guys that I competed against Worlds, at Worlds, and the guys that Shorty fought against, and the guys that Carlos fought against, these are high level amateurs.
Right.
High level amateur translates over, into something that I believe is better than a low level pro. So I think you're going to see, in our debuts, like you saw with Shorty, and what you're seeing with the career right now is, holy smokes, these guys aren't, this is no joke.
Right.
It's no real deal. And it's not necessarily that, oh, we're better just because, but we've had a longer time to compete against higher level competition. We've been patient, and IMMAF and UMAF have kind of provided a safer avenue for us to do so.
Would you? I mean, I was just thinking about this the other day, and I listened to a lot of other MMA podcasts, and you're directly in the scene, so this could have been something that could have affected you. Would you prefer, like, the UFC have like an amateur league, to show like the up and comers of like tomorrow. You know what I mean? Not necessarily like a feeder league, because I think they have that with all the organizations that they show on Fight Pass. And if they want a guy bad enough from Bellator, they'll fucking get a guy from Bellator. Like, but would it be nice, or do you think that's ever something that could happen in the future? Or again, you're more familiar with the scene than I am as far as an amateur. Would that be possible? Would that, and of course it would be super beneficial, but I mean, your thoughts on a company like that, or the number one organization having an amateur, something.
Like I don't have details on everything that happens with IMAP, but I do know that they continually, as they promoted it, as it got closer, and even with the European championships and everything they're doing now, UFC has always been involved. There's always like a president from a letter from President Dana White, encouraging.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I think the UFC is involved and they are aware. The IMAF is, like just like with kickboxing years ago, that they're working to push it into the Olympics, as an Olympic sport.
Right. Yeah.
And so you're gonna see it. The cool thing is, I tell people, and I'm sure Shorty and Carlos both, will realize that, if MMA was an Olympic sport, 2016 would have been, everyone's year to, be the first generation of, of Olympians, for MMA. That's the level of competition that was there. So I think IMAF in general, I think that the IMAF scene is where these up and comers, the fighters of tomorrow, the next generation, that's where they're going to be broadcasted. We have 2015's fights up on YouTube, I think, on the IMAF YouTube channel, and 2014's are on UFC Fight Pass. I don't know where or when past years are going to get up. I'm not holding my breath. I think I have one fight up on the Facebook page, but IMAF is going to be where it's at. As it continues to have success. It's the finals were at the UFC Expo, in the UFC Expo. I was warming up while like I could literally stare at Chris Weidman and all these different guys, up there while I was warming up to step into the trademark UFC octagon that they had set up for the finalists. So that's what I think IMAF is. I think it's broadcasting the next generation.
And so I think that, and I think that that's good. I didn't even know UFC was involved like in that magnitude. I would just think, like, wouldn't it be cool to see it on, like, TV or have it, like, live on Fight Pass as the hell it was happening, you know what I mean? Yeah. Just so that way people could get familiar with it, because it's like, take, for instance, like, something like the Eddie Bravo Invitational. Like, people weren't familiar with it at first. Like, some people were. They were in the scene. But now you get kind of like they're on Fight Pass now, so now even Glory, people weren't into kickboxing, and so it's a different, a new avenue for people to walk down if they're bored on a Saturday afternoon, or what I'm saying, like some shit like that. Like I'm I ain't got shit to do. I don't even like football. Like I'm that kind of fan. I'm sure there's more fans that are like, I don't really watch no other sports besides boxing and MMA. Exactly. People try to like text me and like tell me about football, and I'm like, I hope your team does good. Like, I want to be positive, but like, I don't know.
I don't freaking know. I'm from Missouri. Chiefs go. Yeah, I guess.
I'm from Texas. Like, we do barbecue and football, but I don't know shit about football, dude. Like, I know enough to get me in trouble, I think, but I think it would be, that should be, I don't know. For me, that would be something that would be cool. Like, they even when they used to have, like, Strikeforce Challengers, like, back in the day, you got to see, even though that was pro, like, you got to see the up-and-comers. Like, I guess maybe I guess they could make a revenue stream. I guess they don't do it because of revenue or whatever, but, man, to see people like you and Shorty and Carlos, like, 2 years ago, everybody likes to be there. Oh, I saw them when they were. They like to have that rookie card stamp. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I saw so and so when, before he got popular. Now I'm not a fan. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of hipster. UFC hipster fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. I'm just talking out of my ass right now, but I think that would be a cool avenue for amateurs like yourself to get seen before they do interviews like this, or have Ariel Hawani, interview Megan O'Leary. You know what I'm saying? Something like give me that new guy, Todd Grisham or whatever. Give me somebody over there. But yeah, man, I think that'd be awesome. And
I think that's the direction it's going.
Okay. Well, that's good, man. I like that direction.
I think in time. Yeah, I think in time, I think with patience on it, everyone's in, even with the people involved with IMAF. I know it's a struggle getting everything started, but it seems from what I saw from 2015 to 2016 that the tournament itself got better. More countries were involved. There was more media, more broadcasting. So will it happen this year, next year? Maybe not.
Right.
But I think sometime in the future, what you're going to see is, you're going to see, just like with boxing, where Mayweather was a bronze medalist. He kind of got when he got.
Man, he got cheated out of that, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
They talked about that, and was it De La Hoya that ended up going to the final, or was it them in the?
They were different years. I think De La Hoya was 92 and Floyd was 96. He was in the 96. I need to know it. You don't even need to know it. It's me who needs to know it.
Yeah. But on that track where when they make their debut, the commentators are talking about them. So they're in the cage and Mayweather, the bronze medalist from the Olympic Games.
Right.
Here's his big debut, and everyone's looking forward to seeing how the amateur Olympian is going to do in the pro ranks. I think it's here now with Titan. I imagine you'll. I believe I even heard the commentators talking about Shorty's IMAF experience, and how he's going to do in the pro ranks. So I think in the future you're going to see, as guys from, IMAF and their countries make their pro debuts, they're going to be talked about. Everyone's going to want to watch and see how this amateur world champion, or amateur European champion does as a pro now, and they're going to be following those careers. Right,
for sure, man. And yeah, they do mention Shorty's amateur experience because it's uncanny he's not just old Joe Schmo from Fred's gym down the street who's coming in as an 0-0 fighter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Man, the boy got skills. You got skills. You know what I'm saying? And you see it, and you just don't want to be like, well, this is the first time off the couch, and he's taking a fight. Like, no, this dude has been doing it since he was 16, 17, doing all the amateur stuff. But on this note, man, I love this, man. This conversations. It doesn't even feel like an interview. It's conversation. That's what we're doing. Exactly. I feel like I've known you all my life. I don't. It's just because you're in Texas, probably. But. So what is your – we just hopped right into this shit. What is your background, though, man? How the hell did you get started in MMA? Were your parents fans and they put you in MMA? You saw Chuck Liddell knock somebody out. You want to knock somebody out. What's your background, man? Tell me.
Okay, so I'll try to be – man, because I like to talk, especially about myself. It's terrible. But I'll make this – I'll try to make it short. So I grew up in a house – it was just my mom, really. I was – me and my dad have a good relationship now, but he wasn't really around. But I knew he was a pro boxer.
Okay.
My mom was like, your dad boxed pro. He had all the potential in the world. And I've always had, just at a young age, I've always had a burning desire for, some sort of combat. Whether I was watching Rocky, or like that, it's always just been there, And then, turns out, it kind of runs in the bloodline. My uncle, my dad's brother, was a wrestler, state champion level wrestler. And my cousin actually fights for Titan, Andrew Whitney.
Okay.
So he's a I think it's the blood, but I spent a lot of time, kind of getting picked on and bullied, and I had a friend whose husband was really into the UFC, so we go to visit, I'll hang out with her friend, and the husband would be in the basement watching the UFC, and I sat down, I was probably like 11 or something like that, imagine a shorter, scrawnier, glasses wearing,
beat it, nerd.
Nerd, wannabe, practicing kata in his bedroom because he wanted to be in martial arts, But and I watched this stuff, and this is during like the Chuck Liddell era of the UFC, and he was like, "Oh man, I don't know if your mom will let you watch this." Go ahead, And then we visited again, and he was watching it. And I just sat down. He's like, "Okay, man, you can watch it this time. We'll talk to your mom." And I was just hooked. From 11 years old, I was hooked, and I'm like, "This is." they always ask, what do you want to be when you grow up? And kids are like, I want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a doctor or a firefighter. And I'm
Right.
just like, man, I want to be those guys on TV right there.
I want to knock a motherfucker face off. Yeah.
Yeah. And it just continued to progress. And through high school, I ran mostly cross country, but the wrestling became kind of appealing to me, and I became a huge fan of Saint Pierre. And he kind of, Saint Pierre kind of inspired this generation of complete mixed martial artists.
Yeah.
Multi-dimensional and a scientific approach. And so I was like, I'm gonna go off the wrestling team my senior year. And then I had some success as a one year high school in wrestling, and then walked onto a D2 college team, and wrestled for a season. And there was a club MMA team in the fitness center. Some guys out of Kansas City, were training and stuff, and I would go straight from wrestling practice to that practice and train, some mitt work. We do some jiu-jitsu, and then long story short, I'll wrap this up, but
No, you're good, man.
I became ineligible my freshman year during off season. I dropped a class, so I couldn't practice off season with the wrestling team. So I just completely dedicated myself to the MMA training. Around this time, I had a really good friend. He got me, passionate about exercise science. So he was helping with some strength and conditioning, and I was training with these guys in the fitness center. And I ended up just calling up. I just Googled. I was like, I'm gonna take a fight. I'm gonna do this. And I Googled MMA fights in Missouri, and they had some in Sedalia, which was about 20 minutes from Warrensburg, where I was in school. So I called the promoter. Long story short, I got the fight. I was like a co-main event on that card against like a 3-0 dude it was like a title contender shot, contender sit.
Oh my God.
It was like their local guy,
Right.
whatever. And ended up finishing him in 46 seconds. And no worries. And it just kind of went from there. I continued training wrestling and helping, and school's kind of been a slow road still, but it's just progressed from there. I ended up back in Missouri, finishing up some general education requirements, trained for a Golden Gloves tournament in Kansas City. Took second at that, and when it ended up being just 2 fights, but doing that, and it just kind of progressed from there. I met my head coach Rob Hewlett, my original one back in Missouri, through some of the kickboxing coaches there, and it's just progressed. It's just evolved from there. So
That's awesome, man. That's awesome. No, yeah. I'm with you, man. I love. I'm one of those guys. I like talking about myself, and if somebody gives me a platform, I'm gonna just freestyle, man, off the dome. But yeah, man.
I told
Love.
you I was trying to make it short. But
Nah, man, you're not short. You don't have to make it short, man. But yeah, man. But that's awesome, man. I like that story, man. And that's awesome that you got interested at such a young age, man. I remember I was like 20 when I got into it. I'm 28 right now, and that was the first time I'd really paid attention to it. But it's awesome to know what you want, when you're young and go after it and get it done, man. And here you are, a few days out, removed from your fight. And what weight class you fight at, my man?
So I'll be fighting at 170 for this one.
Okay.
I'm listing myself lightweight because I believe that's where my campaign's gonna be. It's it's just I think the lightweight offer I had, the guy ended up injuring his foot or something like that, and I think we just kind of agreed for now, fighting at welterweight, it'll be ideal. I don't think this opponent is a very big welterweight, from what I see. I think he's dropping down from middleweight anyway, so I may be giving up a size advantage, a strength advantage. No, I don't think so. But welterweight for now is what I'll be fighting at. So I feel good and comfortable there. But eventually we'll progress down and get to that lightweight division.
There we go, man. There we go. Well, always close to the end of the interview, man. I know you got to get to work and all that good stuff. Thank you for taking the time. Again, we do a thing called random ass questions, and I promise it's exactly what it sounds like, man. Just some random ass questions. And there we go, man. Favorite drink at the bar?
Oh man, I'm not even much of a drinker. that's a hard one. Shoot, I ain't had it. I mean, I'm lame, man. I'm not even a bar type of guy. I'm more of a sit down at home and have a glass of wine.
You're a wine guy, okay.
I'm a sissy, you know. So,
So what kind of wine what kind of wine you indulge in, man?
it's like this man, you embarrassing me, put me on the spot.
I'm a wine fan too. Wait a minute now.
Man, it's like a barefoot. What is it? Is it the barefoot?
Like the Moscato or the Riesling?
Yeah, kind of like the sparkling.
Yeah, the sparkling white.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
man.
white, yeah.
People better not. Yeah, that's okay. You're not embarrassed yourself. It'd be fucked up if you were the only one who knew this shit. Like I know it. I know this shit too. Favorite MMA fighter of all time?
Oh, George St. Pierre, hands down.
Thank you very much, Will.
I'm not impressed. By
I'm going to be impressed with your performance on Titan 43. I don't know where that came from. But favorite movie of all time, man.
Right now, Interstellar.
Interstellar. Man, I couldn't get into that one, man. I got into like an hour and a half, and then I just read the Wikipedia notes, and then I was just like,
I saw
Bro.
it in theaters 3 times.
what the fuck? Everybody got different strokes, different folks. I can't blame you. It's Christopher Nolan. It's Matthew McConaughey. I get it. It's science and shit like that.
I'm all about that.
You all about that shit? I'm all about science, but like science fiction. I love Star Wars.
Okay.
There we go, man. All right. Most exciting experience of your life?
Ooh, man. Either it be between my first, my baptism at 18 before I went off to college.
Okay.
There's my pastor at the time. He's the one he got me into wrestling and got me in like strength. And he's a great guy. He lives in Arizona now. Or my very first amateur title. For some reason, that put me on cloud 9 than any I've had to date. So.
That's awesome, man. I like that. Okay, you're working out. You get to the gym. You're working out. It's by yourself, or you just got your headphones on. 3 artists you got to have on your playlist.
Kanye. I got Attack. That's like some screaming stuff. And like Jay-Z.
What was the last one?
Jay-Z.
Jay-Z. Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. Love that Watch the Throne album. Man, hold up. Him and Kanye together? Wait a minute now. That'll get you hyped up real quick. Yeah, man. All right. Celebrity crush.
That's hard. Me and my fiance were just having a conversation. It's really bad. Shoot. Maybe. That's hard, man. I don't know. I don't think much about celebrities. That's a tough one. I mean, put me on the spot. Like I honestly, off the top of my head, I'm thinking. I'm really trying to draw. I'm drawing a blank here. Shoot. Yeah, man. I don't know. Pass.
Plead the fifth on that one. All right, man. Let's try this one. We a little bit easier. Country with the most beautiful women. Brazil, yeah. Yeah, they got some. Yeah, buddy. They got yeah, buddy. All right, this is a little bit harder. Country with the ugliest women.
Man, like shoot. That is a tough one. It's tough. Does it sound like Philippines or something like that?
All the girls look like Manny Pacquiao and whatnot. Manny Pacquiao with a wig. All right.
Yeah.
There it is, man. There it is. Okay. If they were to make a movie about your life, who would play you?
Who would play me if they made a movie In an ideal world, I'd say like Will Smith or something like that, just because he's a G and
Exactly.
Yeah, I'll go Will Smith.
What?
Yeah, go Will Smith.
Go Will Smith.
I think he can pull it off. I think a younger Will Smith though, like fresh, like just after the Fresh Prince.
They could digitally remaster him. Wait a minute now, they could make you look young. You know, they got the
They can, yeah.
they got the computer tricks and shit. You know, he got a stunt double. They'll fix it up, man. That's not for us to worry about. We just need to know. You know.
Right, 21st century. So.
Exactly. We could do all kind of shit, man. We're curing cancer and shit. You know, we got amateur MMA now. We're crossing boundaries, is what I'm saying, man.
This year, like, shoot, like.
Exactly, man. Final question here. We'll let you get along, man. If you weren't doing MMA, you weren't pursuing a career in MMA, weren't fighting, what would you be doing?
Continuing with my education, exercise science and sports nutrition. Ideally working with combat sports athletes and just other athletes in general with strength, like performance enhancement, so and like strength and conditioning and nutrition.
Yeah, man. Our sport needs a lot of that help, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure, man. Well, awesome. Well, Will, it's been awesome having you on, brother. Let people know where they can find you, social media, shout out any sponsors, give all those shout outs, man. This is shout out time right now, man. You take over the floor.
Sure. Yeah, hit up Facebook, Will Soldier Christ Starks on Facebook. Instagram be the same thing, Soul_Christ. Snapchat at SOC_Starks, Soldier Christ Starks. And then shout out to CMMG, Black Rifle, Conquest Off-Roads, good people that work with that business for supporting me back in Columbia, Missouri. Then my new family here in Texas, Veterinary Eye Institute, Dr. Warren, they do a great job with their facility and just those guys believing in me. So shout out to everyone else who's watching and tune in, man. Tune in Titan FC 43 this Saturday at UFC Fight Pass.
That's what it is, man. Will, it's been awesome having you on. We'll stay in touch, brother. And just train hard, train safe, and hopefully get the win. Hopefully we have you back on soon, okay?
For sure, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, my man. You have a good rest of the day, man. Peace.